As inspired by Cascades Academy, who I'll link to down below in the description, I did my own research to determine just how bad the situation really was, and what you're about to hear is most likely going to be worse than expected. See, much of this begins with two words: real estate. Throughout the last few years, China experienced
Political streams remind me of the time I asked this British chick who lived in Ireland if she liked the IRA, and she threatened to perma ban me. I mean, I wonder why. Oh, one of my chatters said that she went into they went into a British streamer's chat and asked them if they liked the IRA. Yeah. It's like asking a race car driver if they like pipe bombs. Well, it's like asking anyone that lives in Ireland if they like pipe bombs. She was like, "Do you think I'm fucking IRA then, isn't it?" Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, I'm sure that if I was a British person, I also would be like, "Hey, how about eat my whole asshole?" TBH. Very funny though.
experienced what many would consider to be a real estate
Died for.
No, I mean it's funny like how British people's teeth. You know, a lot of British people die from being unable to chew their food. So yeah, British people, their teeth are so bad sometimes that they'll starve to death for not being able to eat food. Yeah, I just made that up.
bubble as citizens.
She showed me the. Wait, she showed you the. To show you she wasn't IRA, she showed you a British flag on our phone case. Alright. And I'm kidding, the IRA is like a, like a terror. XD. Yeah, I'll read more to you, I got you. Yeah, I learned a lot from reading the book just now, like that one guy who's a millionaire, and the guy talked to more millionaire. And that if you try, hey, that's important, you have to try.
Do your best.
Yep.
Every day. That's a habit. I'm not trying to suck. I just.
Yeah.
But other people say, man.
Yeah, I'm sure that there are definitely not mountains of people who did that and just did not fail. Absolutely. There's definitely not just a group of people. Papa Hage, can we learn about the IRA? Sure. Let's watch a video instead of Graham telling us that China once again will fail somehow. Let's look at the IRA. Not Ira Glass. Not a Roth IRA. Who are the IRA? 5 minutes. Yeah.
Who were the IRA? IRA stands for the Irish Republican Army and is the name used by several different groups who wish to bring Northern Ireland, which is currently controlled by the United Kingdom, and unify it with the rest of Ireland, although at various times they opposed both the Irish state to the south and the current British state. You can trace their existence back to 1916, when Irish Republicans wishing to make Ireland independent took over various parts of the country in the Easter Rising. However, they were soon quelled. In 1917, the IRA was formed from the remnants of those who had fought in the Easter Rising, as well as new volunteers and British Army soldiers returning from the First World War, thus creating the IRA. In 1919, when the Anglo-Irish War against the British started, they made up the backbone of the Irish forces and were seen as the national army of the new Irish Republic. In 1922, the British agreed to recognise the Irish Free State based on a treaty signed the year earlier, which would make all of Ireland, apart from the northern 6 counties, a new Irish Republic. However, the IRA was split on whether to agree to this deal or not, falling into the pro-treaty camp that did and became the new Irish government, and the anti-treaty camp that continued to fight against it, which would spark the Irish Civil War, in which the pro and anti-treaty IRA fought against one another, both continuing to use the term IRA. In 1923, this war came to an end when the pro-treaty, also aided by the British, was successful in defeating the anti-treaty IRA, which then went underground. Following the Civil War, the IRA became increasingly politically left-wing, looking towards the new Soviet power in the East as a possible way of finding arms and fighting back against both the Irish government that it recognised as illegitimate and against Northern Ireland, which remained in the United Kingdom. The IRA came to prominence again during the Troubles in the 1960s in Northern Ireland, when a Catholic civil rights movement was cracked down upon by the Protestants and by the British as well, and this led to sectarian violence between the communities and the eventual sending of troops by the British. The Catholics, as largely being Republican, were on the same side as the IRA, and the IRA increasingly became seen as the only force capable of protecting the Catholic community when relationship with the British Army soured. In 1969, however, the old political divide within the IRA came to the fore, and it split in two. The official IRA being the IRA with a dash of Marxism, the other side of the IRA being the provisional IRA, often shortened to the Provos, who were less enamored with the idea of a radical left-wing Marxist IRA, as well as the idea that they would actually sit in the seats won in political elections in both the Republic of Ireland and in Northern Ireland, which was being proposed by the official IRA. And although initially they were the smaller of the parties, by 1972, when they went on the offensive, they became the larger of the IRA. The provisional IRA, unlike the official IRA that went into politics, wanted a more militaristic approach, using attacks against British and Northern Irish police and soldiers, as well as increasingly bombings, kidnappings, and attacks against Protestants in general within Northern Ireland and later across the Irish Sea in Britain as well. They were receiving their funding from the Irish diaspora in places like the United States, as well as arms from Libya, which was sending them during the reign of Gaddafi. In 1986, there was a split in the Provisional IRA, and a new group called the Continuity IRA was formed. This was because of a recent convention which had said that the long-held position of abstentionism, in which political electors that had won a seat in the Irish Dáil Parliament would not take them, would now indeed be able to take their seats if they were called upon, thus making the Provisional IRA a more political rather than just militant party. And it's the case that in 1994, when a ceasefire deal was reached by the Provisional IRA, the Continuity IRA broke away and in fact did not observe this ceasefire in the first place. This ceasefire came about as the British promised that they would hold to a referendum in both the Republic of Ireland and Northern Ireland on self-determination, but only on the condition that the IRA call a ceasefire, which they did. Although this broke down by 1996 because of talks about disarmament that the IRA couldn't agree to, and so a new wave of bombings hit especially England, as well as the military barracks in Germany and several in Northern Ireland. However, by 1997, progress was being made towards the Good Friday Agreement, which would bring a more lasting peace and would stop with the violence of the IRA. However, the Continuity IRA would indeed continue, as well as a new group forming called the Real IRA that both promised to carry on with their attacks. Although the members of the old...
You know, I don't know their politics, and I don't think I agree with them, but calling yourself the Real IRA after like 9 IRAs had just existed, and you're just like, whoa, we're actually the real ones. Pretty ballsy, Chad-like move.
Older IRA like Gerry Adams and Martin McGuinness became part of the political process with the party of Sinn Féin, which meant that the IRA was far less powerful than it had been. And by 2005, they had indeed given up pretty much all the weapons that the Provisional IRA had used were being handed over and disarmed, although there were still several groups active, as in 2012, a new group was announced called the New IRA, which was a melding of many different Republican parties together. Although as of yet, the violence has not seen anywhere near the level that it had from the 90s and earlier, which is a very good thing for the people of Northern Ireland today.
Yeah, so there you go. And with that, I have to end stream. You know what? This is also going to be a react video. I'm going to throw all of this up on my YouTube channel, which you can follow at Sage Hage. Oh, yep. You can enjoy this sweet rap song. IDK, I ain't never heard of a non-violent revolution. Then I guess you've never heard of Dance Dance Revolution? Check and mate. Eat the tits, alright? Where's your God now, atheist? Rap song for Lunite. Actually, here. Sweetheart, I'm gonna write you a rap song, and then I'll sign off with that. Sweetheart type. Yeah, you did get liberal. Alright. Here you go. This is your rap song. Gotta put this up in my headphones so I can actually use it. Give me a second. Right. Ooh, E, A, O, U are vowels, and sometimes Y. Yo, this goes out to Sweetheart. Thank you very much for coming to the stream today. Make sure to like me on all my socials, which I never link or talk about, but they're out there. Yeah. Wow, so cool. Hey, sweetheart, how's your day going? I hope it's going well, and I have to be going too. Gotta go to work, not school, cause I'm an adult, but I'm a fool. And I'm gonna swim in a pool. I have a massive tool. That's a gun, not my dick. I am very, very, very sick in the head. Sometimes I wish I were dead, but not right now. I'm feeling pretty good and I'm fed. I got food in my belly, feeling really good and I'm not really smelly. I'm gonna shower and then I'll be clean. If you understand what I mean, I'm speaking clearly, so you should. Making money, getting out the hood, and it's all good. I think Tupac said that. He'd never tell or rat, and he had at least 3 tats. I might get one myself. Maybe it would be a picture of an elf on my leg or on my thigh. It'll have 2 eyes. Sometimes I cry in the dark when I'm lying on the ground and I don't feel good. But that's not what I'm stood or what I withstood. I don't really know what I'm talking about, but I am gonna run around and jump and shout. Wait, back to Sweetheart. This song is not about me, it's about you. How are you doing, baby boo? Good? That's great to hear. The IRA had Ireland in fear because of their bombs. They do not deserve their own song, or maybe they do because they're revolutionaries. And you know what? Revolution can be scary. Sometimes they had a bomb or a kidnapping, or they would just catch a motherfucker slacking, and then they gun him down in the middle of the street, and then they'd bring down British heat. But they wanted their freedom, yo, and I don't know if that's good or no. But things seem to be getting better. Even though Ireland has bad weather, you need a sweater. They don't even celebrate St. Patrick's Day. They think that is kind of cray that white people in the the US, this is what I meant to say. They get all drunk and wear green, and if they don't, they punch each other. It's mean. While in Ireland, all they want to do is win their freedom with their children in them. Boom. Yeah. Yeah, that was pretty bad. Alright, I'm giving you another one. Yeah, the beat for that was bad. Oh my god. Sweetheart, do you have any other names other than Sweetheart? You know what? I'm typing with ease. 3-3. The real IRA theme song. True. Okay, this. Wait. Okay, hyperpop type beat. All right. What's a hyperpop type beat? This goes out to all my IRA freedom fighters. Yo, we're gonna blow up for reals, yo. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna be on top of the world. Because as an American, I support anti-British sentiments. Yo, I hate England. And if I could, I'd punch everyone in there singing. Stupid ass mouth. And if they have a problem with me, fucking catch me outside. I'll slap the crap out of your mouth. You and your stupid tea drinking mouth. I'll put you in a vice hole. I'll put you in a chokehold. And then you'll be like, oi, bruv, why did you hit me with your glove? Then I'll pull out my gun, which he doesn't have, because he's British and he's not a smart lad. Pull out his knife. Oh, not. He lost his life. I pull out my gun and I pop, 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 pop. He's on the floor and he's a mop. He can wipe up my piss. He is covered in shit. I buried him inside the woods. Me and my IRA friends are from the hood. We're up to no good. We rob people and we take their shit for hood. And yo, I'll start a war and to defend the poor. It's the Irish lore. I have a shillelagh, I'm gonna kick in your door. I'll crack open your skull and I'll brawl up in a Bugatti with a little shotty that goes buck buck. Cause I don't give a fuck. Your whole British crew's dead. You're wearing red. Like your dumbass ancestors who thought they could come to the US. Your powdered wig. I do a jig. You're just the best. This is for British people. I put people in a quotation mark because I don't recognize them as human. Yeah. That's my IRA rap. There you go. That's for the IRA. It is time to go. Thank you. Remember, you can support me by following me on all my socials. That's YouTube, Sage Hage, Twitch, Sage Hage, Twitter, Sage Hage, Reddit, Sage Hage, Instagram, I hate Sage Hage with an 8. Tumblr is Sage Hage. Facebook is Jesus Christ has dreads, so shake 'em. Because my Facebook account is very old. And that was a Little John song. Anyways, bye-bye!